What is up? Weekly Metal Reviews here. We're going to be starting our very first discography ever. We're going to be doing Alice in Chains, and we're going to start with the album, their debut, full-length album, Facelift. They did have an EP called We Die Young that came out before this. I've never heard it, so we're not going to be reviewing that one. We also are not going to be reviewing their demo, Treehouse Tapes, I think that's what it's called. So we're just going to start with the debut full-length album, Facelift. This is on Columbia Records, came out August 21st, 1990. It had 4 singles that I'm sure most of you have heard. You guys have probably heard Man in the Box, probably We Die Young. The other 2 were Bleed the Freak and Sea of Sorrow. But yeah, let's get into the album. What are your opinions on it?
My opinion is it's extremely good for a debut album for any band. First thing which you'll hear quite a bit throughout this discography, of course, is just the simpleness yet talent of Jerry Cantrell. The power and bluesy distortion on Lane Staley's vocals. The I guess in a way simple but very catchy drum beats, patterns of Sean Kinney and Mike Inez. No, he came later.
Mike Inez, Michael Starr, basically.
Yeah, Mike Inez. Just the bass is. This band utilizes the bass too.
Michael Starr's.
Yeah. Well, I should know that, but yeah, they utilize the bass. This band utilizes the bass in a lot of songs. In some bands you think, oh, I don't really hear the bass, doesn't matter, but this band uses the bass. It's a four-piece band from Seattle, Washington. My opinions of it, well, like I said, a couple of things I just said. The first song, it really comes out and hits you with this really grungy, rock, distorted sound that's really crunchy and like really groovy though. I like it. The riff in We Die Young, right away it comes out and hits you. It's one of the most catchy riffs, catchy and just groovy riffs. That right away hooked me into the album. Then next is Man in the Box. And then Sea of Sorrow, right? Sea of Sorrow. I got that one right. Yeah, 3 of the biggest songs on here, the first 3 albums. Then Bleed the Freak, the 4 biggest songs on here. First 4 songs. But right away they come out with those 4 big songs, the catchiness of them, and the really, popularity of them, which they gained. That's a pretty good way to start off the album. But people really don't seem to know 5 to 12. You know, that kind of gets lost after the first 4 hits, especially Man in the Box. But I feel that a lot of people know those big 4 songs on there. But after that, people really need to buy this album and listen to the rest of them, because it's not just the talent's not just in the popular songs. It comes a lot in the later songs in the album, which some albums that are decent usually tend to die off and dip down. In opinion, it could, but I think it's a really solid album, especially for any debut album all the way through. It ain't like that. Sunshine, I love Sunshine. That's probably my favorite song off of here. Confusion, Real Thing, just good songs like that the whole way through. You need to just, I guess, it's really with this album, looking past the hits on here, and you get into like the real Alice in Chains, you know. But I feel this album is a great debut album for any band. Production is great for a 90s grunge band, you know, grunge, whatever you want to call them. But I feel that this is just a very excellent debut album.
This album really, from the start, I feel that Alice in Chains pretty much had their sound figured out. They just kind of refined it later on, especially in the guitar sound. Jerry Cantrell never has really changed his guitar sound a whole lot. It's just gotten crunchier. It's just gotten beefier. That's mostly with production. I feel it's still got that crunchy, nasty, grungy tone in his guitar that I adore. If I could get a sound in my guitar personally like that, oh gosh, love that. His solo work on this is excellent. He's always written good solos. Are they the most technical things in the world? Absolutely not, but they fit so perfectly. They're just amazing. Even the riffing is excellent. He writes so many unique riffs, and I love the riff in It Ain't Like That. That riff that starts out with is just, it is so simple. It is so just, it's such a monstrous riff to me. You can tell Jerry is very bluesy influence with his guitar work, which is just awesome. Very, very just unique guitar work all around, especially on this album. It just shows from the start that this band is different from anything else that has been, around. Like, glam hair metal was dominating the music scene. Here's this band that's just completely different, breaking new ground. And this album was not a success at first. It didn't really blow up until Man in the Box hit the radio and MTV, when MTV was actually MTV and played music. I read that Jerry Cantrell said that this album reflects the Seattle atmosphere, and in a way I can kind of see that. It's kind of a moody album. It does create an atmosphere. But I feel like this album is a lot more heavy-hitting than any Alice in Chains album. This one's more just raw grunge, more raw rock. They kind of mellowed out later and wrote more melodic type stuff. Not that there is not melodic stuff on here. There's plenty of melodic stuff, but this one's just got very, and it's not like Alice in Chains didn't write any more hard rock heavy hitting tunes. They did, but they're just really found on here a lot. Great example is We Die Young. Sunshine, that's a pretty good one. It Ain't Like That. Bleed the Freak. It's just great songs on here. The vocals are also great. I feel like, once again, they're not the best vocals that Alice in Chains did in their career, but I'm not going to sit here and undermine the excellence of them. The vocal harmonies that Alice in Chains are known for aren't really used as much, but they're used. They just kind of expanded them later, but we'll get into that. Lane Staley is probably my favorite vocalist of all time. He's got such an amazing voice. Very bluesy, like Sam said. This band's very bluesy in a way. It's just, tell he's just trying so hard in so many of these songs. It's just, he's got such a unique voice. He sounds nothing like any of the hair metal bands that I was thinking hair and glam at the same time. I said ham. That's my bad. But he sounds nothing like any of those bands that was coming out at the time. This band is completely different. This is a great album, and like, yes, the first 4 songs, like Sam was saying, I completely agree with that. They're good, but you gotta look past those songs. Look past just Man in the Box. In all honesty, that is a rather overrated Alice in Chains song. Do I love it? Yes. Do I hate it? Absolutely not. I feel like it's just overrated. Some people just think that's the best Alice in Chains song. They have so much better than that. Just the rest of this album is just great. It's a solid album from start to finish. One that you should all check out.
Yes.
Last thoughts.
That's about it.
Yes, and in this discography, we plan on doing the EPs. Plan on doing the MTV Live Unplugged just because we have a lot to talk about with that one. But yeah, I think we're even going to include Mad Season's album. That's not Alice in Chains, but it's Lane Staley.